I realized recently that alignment doesn't work the way that I once thought it did. And fundamentally, my understanding of alignment has had to radically transform in order for me to actually get closer to achieving the things and the life that I want. I used to have this sort of quiet hope or belief that alignment meant every single time you listen to your inner wisdom or you follow what feels good, that things get better and easier in like this tangible or perceivable way. I emphasized the future, the idealization of the future and of whatever my dream life looked like, so much so that it took me away from the actual moment. I also believe that if I just keep envisioning that future and doing inner work and feeling my deeper feelings and getting clear on what I want, that alone was going to get me there. Or at the very least, that things would resolve on their own. This was sort of what was happening under the surface when I was living, for example, at my parents' house, because I was so fixated on what feels good, on what the future holds, on what I want to bring into my life, that I was avoiding the very things that were actually standing in the way of that. This limiting belief was challenged when I came to this work exchange that I'm currently at in Washington State. And this chapter, in sort of an archetypal sense, has really been like the physical manifestation of all the stuff that I had been kind of postponing or avoiding my entire life, coming up to the surface to be finally met. This is not a fantasy life that I'm living. This is the sober reality of adulthood. But it made me realize that alignment isn't about falling into this synchronistic flow where there's rainbows and butterflies and signs and synchronicities all the time. That does happen sometimes, but again, real alignment is integrity with your truth and with what you need in the moment. Not what you want, not what you dream of, and not what feels comfortable or familiar, but what you need and what is true for you right now. A lot of the time, what we need is at direct odds with what we want. I've been making lots of financial decisions, looking at my bank account a lot more, really weighing the pros and cons of things, thinking things through, taking time before I do certain things, less impulse, more analysis, being grounded, like feeling my feet on the ground every step of the way. And here's the funny thing about that. When you actually stand in integrity with where you are and you are fully in your body, in the moment, you actually start to move forward. If you were measuring alignment based on appearances, what looks good, what feels good, what makes sense, then that's not alignment. That's an idea of what alignment is supposed to look like that has been sold to a lot of us. But if your life right now is uncomfortable, unclear, not what you expected it to look like, but actually moving you, and if you are willing to meet the moment and be radically honest and present with yourself in this phase, then that's alignment. The longer that we postpone really rooting into the moment, into the discomfort, the uncomfortable phases of real life, and all the things that we may have avoided, that causes more delay of what we actually want, more disillusionment, a potential collapse, harsher correction later on, more damage control. Tap into a more visceral, body level way of existing. Just be where you are now. You don't have to like it. It doesn't have to be what you thought it was going to be. In fact, let that be a sign that you've gotten out of your way. You are letting whatever in your past was holding you back catch up to you so you can finally face it and resolve some things and meet them with honesty and integrity so that you actually can move forward in whatever form you're meant to. Alignment is not what feels good. Alignment is what holds and what moves you forward. And by the way, this is something I work through with people one-on-one. I dropped a link in the description box below if you're interested. Sending so much love. Talk to you soon.